Number 4. Snow White's Scary Adventure at Disneyland. Remember that scene from Snow White where she runs away from the trees in that scary forest? Or when the queen turns herself into this? Well, imagine actually witnessing that. This is one attraction that will make you scared of the Disney classic. The ride starts all calm and happy when we see Snow White and all the 7 dwarfs playing the silly song and digging in the mine. But after that, the ride now belongs to the queen and her adventure to kill off Snow White.
Whoa! I did not expect that! That was freaky!
As the ride would go on, it would get scarier and scarier, following the queen's travel to give Snow White the poison apple, and succeeding that task. By the way, if you're wondering about those scary trees, they're in there alright, but they're not after Snow White.
Actually, Snow White's not even in that part, so the trees are aiming at you!
Now you might be wondering, why did I only mention Disneyland? Isn't this ride also in the other Disney theme parks? True, but have you ever compared the rides? Apparently, they're less scary because they add things like a happy ending instead of ending it with the queen falling off, and Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs appear more often. There was the original version at Walt Disney World that was considered scarier, with the queen looking freakier, and the ride is all about trying to escape the queen before she would kill you with a giant gem.
Aw, what a cute ending.
But today, that attraction has been completely modified, so it's Disneyland's version that wins the title. Snow White's Scary Adventure. Snow White? Not much. Scary Adventure? Yes! Number 3. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Now, for many years, Disney always keeps telling us to believe in our dreams and that wishes can come true. But then here comes a Disney film telling us that when wishes do come true, they come with a price. This film is one heck of a freaky thriller, a genre that's pretty rare that Disney would make. It was based on the novel of the same name by Ray Bradbury. It's even Bradbury himself that wrote the script for this film. It's not like The Return to Oz, where there's just some things that are scary, no. The entire thing can be classified as scary.
Here, I'll pick out a few scenes on the top of my head and you'll know what I mean.
There's the scene where scary stuff would pop out of nowhere like this, and we see one of the kids' head chopped off. There's the part where the 2 kids have to fight a room full of tarantulas, and there's that evil merry-go-round. But what really makes the film a true fright fest is the leader of the carnival, Mr. Dark, played by Jonathan Pryce, who is like if Christopher Lee would play Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. He's the one who turns everyone into circus freaks with a devilish idea involving the town. His presence alone is intimidating, and anything he does is nerve-wracking and frightening, especially during the scene where he's in the library with Mr. Holloway.
31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. Where are they? 38. 39. Now. 39. A fine year. Still young. 39. Oh, 40.
For God's sakes! Stop counting! I can't take it anymore!
Now, for those of you who haven't seen the film, I highly recommend it. It's actually a great thriller, and there's a lot of great performances in there, like the kids, Mr. Dark, Mr. Holloway, and even more. It doesn't disappoint, but it will freak you out.
You're lost!
Number 2. The Haunted Mansion.
Oh boy. Where do I begin with this one?
First of all, you're in a freaking haunted mansion! Am I the only one here who would be scared in that situation? Second, the atmosphere. Nowhere else you will find the perfect place that may look like an ordinary old mansion, but you know something's not right in there. Also, listen to the background music. Now that sounds like it's saying you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Prepare to be doomed. Third, the ghost host. You know that voice that follows you around throughout the ride? Well, he's voiced by none other than Paul Frees. Yes, people, the guy who does the voice of Professor Ludwig von Drake is the freaking ghost host. And you know what? This is probably his best performance. I mean, he sounds like a James Bond villain.
Oh, you won't be alone, Mr. Bond. There are several prominent ghosts who have retired here from creepy old crypts all around the world. Actually, we have 999 happy haunts in here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers, Mr. Bond?
Fourth, some of the ghosts. Some of these characters you wish you never want to meet them again after you first see them, and there are some that you need a closer look to categorize them in what I just said before, like, what the hell, what the, how did, it's that, did she, it's that, what the fuck? And the final reason, there are many things in there that are disturbing. I'll give you an example by personal experience. Now, on videos like sing-alongs and vacation promos that I saw, there's this coffin with a dead hand coming out. When I was in the ride, though, that hand was actually alive, and it was pleading for help. Also, you know what's the first thing you see when you enter in the ride? Not the vehicle, but in the building? Some guy getting robbed.
Oh yeah, I could so see that open for a Disney classic!
But maybe it's just me. You might be surprised to know that I actually have a fear of haunted houses, and this one is definitely no exception. But I'm not saying it's bad. In fact, this is one of the best Disney rides ever made. But I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like to be scared. So, in all, why not put this on the list?
Now before we move to the number 1 spot, I like to have an honorable mention.
The extraterrestrial alien encounter at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. In life, one little slip-up can lead to a catastrophic disaster, and here's a Disney attraction that is a great example for it. The premise of the ride is that an alien corporation came to Earth to demonstrate their teleportation device. Now, you were supposed to be the ones to be transported, but then the leader of the company seems to be changing ideas a little too soon.
Now what's happening?
Where are you?
He's up there. The remaining people.
After he got lost, one of the workers thought he found the leader and sends him to where you are. But it seems that it's not the leader.
Okay, let's see. Ornithius, carnivorous.
Carnivorous. It eats meat.
Exactly, genius. Those people are in a lot of danger.
Hey, thanks for the gift! Ya dicks!
And from there, you're stuck in a small chamber with the power out with a carnivorous alien, and all you do is hope that you're not his dinner.
Or, if you're skinny, then you hope that he's not hungry for diet people!
This is definitely one hell of an attraction that Disney would poke your fears with a stick. If you do think about it, it's frightening to be in a small room in the dark with a man-eating thing, rather be an animal or an alien. The reason why I didn't put it on the list is because, sadly, the ride's no longer there anymore. They had to pussify the entire ride with Stitch's name all over it. But even today, the ride is a cult classic, and if it were on now, I would probably put it around 2 or 3. Because there's nothing scarier in life than having your life on the line by a hungry alien. Well, except for one. Okay, 2, but what I mean is that the #1 scariest Disney moment is... Night on Bald Mountain from Fantasia. 3 words best describe why this is on the #1 spot. Because it's hell. Can a bunch of elephants with no eyes that comes out of nowhere be scarier than hell? No. Why? Because it's hell. Can an amusement park that turns kids into donkeys be scarier than hell? No. Why? Because it's hell. Can an old mansion filled with hundreds of insane and evil ghosts be scarier than hell? No. Why? Because it's hell. And besides, there's a million of them that could come out in a second. There's nothing worse than having to stay in hell for an eternity and beyond. The thought of the place is so scary, many people consider it unimaginable.
But apparently, Disney was kind enough to show us what it would most likely look like.
On top of that, they actually did a lot of stuff in there that Disney would never show to the public in today's age. They would show cruelty, nudity, turning things that are beautiful into something disgusting and vile, reviving lost souls so that Chernobog would kill them again, and more. If this is just a small example of what happens in hell, then please God reserve me a spot in heaven, because I've been a good boy and I don't even want to know what happens down there. Night on Bald Mountain, the #1 scariest Disney moment of all times.
And that's all I've got for the top 10 scariest Disney moments. I'm sure by now it's very surprising to know that Disney can still keep its lovable image when they make things like make one of their famous characters go mad with an axe, create one of the scariest kings of all times, make criminally insane ghosts and cram them all into one place and take a glimpse at Satan's home. But I'm sure that we can still enjoy the happiest place on earth. In the bottomless pits of hell!